Hello guys, Bricklick here. Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to tell you why I love the Lego Disney Minifigures Series 2 and why you should too. Stay tuned to find out more. So guys, welcome to today's video. I hope you're having a great day. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking you through my thoughts on the Lego Disney Minifigures Series 2 and why I love them and why you should too. So this is the second part of my series where I'm going to be going through all the collectible minifigure series and telling you why I love them, as collectible minifigures is my favourite theme. If you do go on to enjoy the video, I want to see more why I love them in the future, subscribe and turn notifications. But now, no further, let's get into the video. So the first minifigure in the series which I am going to be talking about is Vintage Mickey. So this one, obviously, if you didn't want to buy the Steamboat Willie set, this was a great way to get this figure. So for me, I was happy I could get this. Obviously, it's some great new printing. It's kind of not much printing on the figure, but the bits that is really effective because it's a figure that's meant to be bland and not much colour in it because it is vintage when TVs didn't have colour for films and stuff. So I really like this figure. When you look at it just compared to the other series, it does look like not the best because it is bland colours, because it's such an iconic character and a lot of nostalgia for older people. Then it's a good character, and when you get it in hand, it's just a great figure to have, and it complements well with Minnie, which we're going to talk about next. So the second figure in the series is Vintage Minnie, which goes along with Vintage Mickey. So this one is also like the one in the Steamboat Willie set, which I didn't want to buy. So to get this in this set was nice. Obviously the skirt piece is nice in that bland colour scheme with grey and a bit of white on it. And I just love that the head mould is a really unique head mould, which we don't get many of them from Lego. And also the new piece for the top of the head, which goes in the top, that's nice as well. Now, and to get the life-saving ring in white is always good, because we don't really get in that much colour, usually in the red or the yellow colour. So you get some nice pieces with this figure, and it's a good figure to get. So, figure number 3 is the Huey from DuckTales. So, he's dressed in a red and also has the new red baseball cap that attaches to the head using a small pin. There's also a new tail piece that goes between the torso and legs. And the feet are dual molded, which is always nice, with orange feet. And you also get these exclusive pieces, which are the printed Junior Woodchucks guidebook with a printed 1x2 top, a page from the book. So this figure, for me, the 3 ducks from the DuckTales, they weren't my favourites, and they were obviously hard to feel in the bag to distinguish which was which. But when you get them all with Scrooge McDuck, it's a really nice figure to have. So let's move on to the next one. So the next figure is Dewey, I think it is. So it's the second of the triplets, and he's the only one in blue. So everything is pretty much a recolor of the Huey, I think it is. And there's a rare slingshot piece, which you don't really get. We only got it with Bart Simpson minifigure, and you get 2 of them because one is an extra piece. So that's a really nice piece to get. Obviously the baseball cap in blue is obviously a nice piece to get. I think it's exclusive at the time, but I'm not 100% sure. But it's a nice figure, as I said before, it complements the other ducks. So the next one is Louie. So this is the last of the triplets, who is called Louie, and he's dressed in green. His accessory is a flashlight, and you also get 2 of them. So obviously this figure is probably my least favourite out of the 3 of the little ducks, because you don't really get that much exclusive. Like, the accessory is just really easy to build from spare pieces you get from a set. I think the only desirable piece is probably the baseball cap, maybe the head mold, but if you want to be a completionist and you want to get all the ducks, I definitely recommend getting this one. So the next one is Scrooge McDuck. So this is one of my favourite minifigures from the Series 2 Disney collectible minifigures. And some people grew up watching the DuckTales in the morning getting ready for school, and they just love the character. He has blue on his frock coat that's printed on both sides of the torso and on part of the legs. Like his nephew, Scrooge also has a tailpiece that goes between the torso and legs. His feet are dual molded red spats, so that's just amazing printing on the figure. And his head specially molded that's exclusive, with his printing as glasses on the bill and hole on the top for his top hat. His accessories include number 1 dime in the form of a printed 1x1 tile and his cane. So this is absolutely a gold mine for exclusive pieces. You get the exclusive legs, which is just incredible printing. The face, just incredible printing and molding. Lego have just really done good with this figure. Obviously, you get the top hat piece, which ain't that common. So it's just a great figure, and I'm also loving this one. It's got to be in my top 3 favourites of this series. So the next figure on the list is part of the duo Chip and Dale. It is indeed Chip. So Chip is a brown chipmunk with the black nose. There's some printing on the torso. It's quite simple but also effective. and there's a stripe and tail on the back. Use some medium-sized legs, which are nice to get because they're quite new, introduced with that Harry Potter minifigure series. And the medium-sized legs, they are in brown. His accessory is an acorn that uses a dark brown nipple piece and a light brown mandrake piece. So you do get a couple of exclusive. I think you don't really get the mandrake piece that common, so it is nice to get in a set. So next figure up is Dale. So Dale is a light brown chipmunk who has a red nose. So the torso has printing of the fur in the front and the stripe and the tail on the back. Like Chip, he also has the medium-sized legs. Obviously another great colour to get these in. We barely get these. And then his accessory is a bag, presumably filled with goodies that Dale is hiding. So when you look at Chip and Dale on the pictures, I don't think it really gives them credit for what they actually are in real life. So when I got them, I was expecting, oh, I'll just buy them, because I wasn't really that excited about the Disney Minifigures Series 2. But to buy Chip and Dale and actually get them in hand, it was a lot better than I thought. But let's move on to the next character, which is some of people's favourites. So the next figure is part of the Frozen duo. It is indeed Elsa. So Elsa makes her first appearance as a Lego minifigure. Before, she was a mini doll in the Lego Disney Princesses line, so her torso is incredibly detailed with some metallic silver on the front and back, as well as on the arms. She's got a double-sided cape, which is always nice, that goes around her neck, and on one side it has a shimmering finish, while the other side is flat. The legs use the large dress piece, which is quite a new piece for Lego, and the printing is just incredible on it. She has a double-sided head with a confident smile on one side and a winking expression on the other. Her braided hairpiece uses a soft rubber that goes down her shoulder. Her accessory is a large trans-blue light snowflake. So in terms of printing, this figure is just absolutely incredible. It just blows the others out of the water. Just the glitter printing on the cape and the torso and the legs, it's just absolutely amazing. And the intricate detail printing on the snowflake accessory, it's just incredible. You should get this figure. It's one of the best in the series. So you can't have Elsa without Anna, and that is the next figure, number 10 in the series. So like with Elsa, Anna also makes a first appearance as a Lego minifigure. The torso is mostly black with a light blue inner shirt. Both the torso and legs have some printing of a rose mailing patterns on the front. She has a soft purple cape that goes around her neck and is held down by a double ponytail hairpiece. She has a double-sided head with a smile on one side and a winking expression on the other, and her accessory is the lantern. So this figure, I don't think it is as good as Elsa with the printing, but obviously the hairpiece is really good to have. The face printing is quite accurate, and you get the candle piece, which we don't often get in Lego. That's nice. We saw it in the Harry Potter line last year, and also the new dress piece with a different design for printing on. But this, you can't get Elsa without Anna. You gotta get both of these figures. Some of the best in the series. I definitely recommend getting them. So the next figure is a Jafar, part of the Aladdin film. So Jafar has a red torso with some black printing on the front and back. He has a black shoulder piece that works well for him. The cape that goes around his neck is black and red. The legs use a black slope piece for a bottom portion of the robe. He has a double-sided head with a stoic look on one side and an evil smirk on the other. He has a new turban piece with a red jewel printed in the middle. He has a cobra head staff as an accessory. So in terms of printing on the actual torso and legs, this figure's a bit of a letdown for me. It wasn't really one I was that excited to get, one of the last series I get just to complete the set because I buy them all. But obviously their headpieces are really intricate. That's nice moulding, and the staff's nice, but I've not really got much to say about this figure. Just one of your generic Disney minifigures. But some of you might disagree, comment it down below. So the next figure is Jasmine. Obviously we got Aladdin in the first series, so Jasmine also makes her first appearance as a Lego minifigure after previously being a mini doll. She has a classic medium as her outfit, but the printing of her skin tone on the front and back torso is a bit darker than on the arms as the head, which is something Lego should fix. Speaking of her head, she has the only single-sided head with a smiling expression. The hairpiece is made of soft rubber, which also has her earrings moulded on. Her accessory is a white bird that was in the garden of the film, I think it was. So this figure is the first figure that I got, just a random figure that I pulled out of the box. So they're always one of my favourites. I don't know why, they just are. I love the hair piece, that's really nice detail. The bird piece is absolutely amazing. Lego have really done good with moulding on this series. It's some of the best moulding I've seen in a while for the new pieces. So Lego are just going to get better in the future. But this figure is just a nice figure to have, and it goes well with Aladdin from the first minifigure series. Next up, we have Hades from Hercules. So I've never actually watched the Hercules film. You guys can tell me what it's like in the comments below. But Hades has a light blue skin tone, and he has on a black robe with a grey undershirt. The robe goes all the way down to the legs, which dissipates at the end. The legs look like Ursula's tentacles from Series 1, but this is a brand new piece and it fills up the entire stand, and I can confirm that. His head and trans blue flame hair is moulded into one piece and he has a derpy grin going on it. His accessories include 2 trans orange flame pieces. So this one, I love it. It's just a great figure. That brand new piece for the legs, it's just amazing, incredible detail. The fire piece is nice to get them in that colour. Are they exclusive? I don't know. I think they're just the normal orange. Obviously, to get that flame print on the head, the moulding is just exceptional in that. I feel like I'm saying that for every figure in this series, but it is just so true. The moulding is just incredible on these figures. Lego really did well on it, and I didn't, till actually saying all my opinions on these figures, I didn't actually realise how good the moulding was. Next up is Hercules from the film Hercules. So he's seen wearing a brown Roman warrior armour with printing of the lightning bolt on the belt. The legs are dual molded with printing of the skirt and armour on his sandals. He has a double-sided head with a happy expression on one side and an angry one on the other. His hairpiece also has a red hemband moulded on. His accessories include a sword and a shield that is printed with the lightning bolt. So this figure, it was a nice figure to get. I enjoyed building this one. It's better than I thought it'd be. The shield piece has some incredible printing which can be used in a lot of other Lego sets, which will be nice, as well as the torso print is nice and detailed. It's just a good figure overall, and it's just a figure you should get regardless if you're collecting the set. So the next figure from the Nightmare Before Christmas movie is Sally. So Sally has a faded blue fabric skin and she wears a ragged dress that is made up of multiple pieces of cloth that are stitched together. She does have a double-sided head with a smile on one side and an open mouth smile on the other. The hairpiece is new mould showing her long red hair. I wish there was a way for Lego to show off her long slender neck because she does look slightly off without it, but that would be hard for Lego to do. Her accessory is a black flower. So it's nice to get the black flower piece in this new colour because we haven't got that yet. And the printing on it is just really great. All the different colours and designs on it, it really goes well together and create the figure. My only criticism is the headpiece, but it would be hard for Lego to do. But it's a nice figure and it complements the next figure, which we're going to go on to now. So the next figure is Jack Skellington. So he's wearing his iconic blue pinstripe suit that also has printing on the arms. There's a black cloth piece for the coattails that goes between the torso and legs. In addition, he also has a black bat body piece that goes around the neck. His white head shows him with a happy expression. His accessory is a black and white present that is filled with printed 1x1 transclear tiles of snowflakes. This figure, I think this is the second figure I might have got. So this one I like. The printing, it just looks amazing on the legs and the torso, as well as the printed box piece. We don't get that too often, and to get a new printing, it's just awesome. The headpiece is also nice, that portrays the character. Moving on to probably which are the 2 best figures in my opinion from the series, which is The Incredibles. First up, we got Edna Mode. So we finally have a legit Edna Mode minifigure after seeing a pretty weird version with the 30615 polybag from The Incredibles video game, which was free, I think, if you bought it. So this version of her shows her with a dark blue jacket with a sort of black legs. She does have a regular head that shows her with a stern look on one side and a smile on the other. Her hairpiece also has real eyes and glasses moulded and printed on. Her accessory includes a bag with 1.1x2 tile with a logo and teacup. So this is a great figure. It's just a pretty accurate representation, I think, of the figure. It's nice to get that teacup piece, and obviously the printed tile saying mode on it. And the headpiece is just great. You can do a lot of funny things with that. Put it on other characters, it'll be funny. Comment down below if you've done anything with that and I'll read them.